good day, a very good afternoon to you, and many thanks for joining us on KTN News Desk. My name is Michelle Ngele. Now, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission says it will abide by the High Court ruling extending the nomination deadline for the ongoing political party primaries, but will appear before the concerned judge Tuesday to raise its concerns about the order. And indeed, the primaries are taking place in several places in the country, and as usual, we will cover it for you in a way that only we can. Elvis Kosgei is in Uasin, Gishu County. Duncan Hemba is in Migori, where the process was halted for a while. No Otieno is in the lakeside city of Kisumu. Timothy Otieno is at the ODM headquarters. Remember, that is the Nairobi primaries were postponed, and Chris Thairu is in Kiambu County. This is the continued coverage of the party primaries on KTN News Desk. Once again, my name is Michelle Ngele. Welcome to the program. All right, well, we begin with Akisa Wandera, who now joins us from Nairobi County as we keep an eye on these party primaries. Akisa, many thanks for joining us on News Desk. What more can you report following the cancellation of the ODM nominations in Nairobi County?
Orange House, an array of issues that will be dealt with, one of them being the cancellation of the Nairobi primaries earlier this morning at around 9 a.m. Aspirants are here. They want to know from the party why exactly they took up that decision. My colleague Timothy Otieno will be speaking to a number of aspirants to just get a better understanding of how they feel about the whole process and how this will affect the party after that particular cancellation. Something else is being dealt with here at the Orange House today, and it is the dispute in Taveta County after the elections were held last week. Remember, there was no voting in 5 polling stations. Governor Ruiru lost out to Wundanyi Member of Parliament Thomas Mwadegu, but he rejected those results, saying voting has to be done in the 5 polling stations, which he believes are his strongholds, before they get to the end result. So we have parties from both the Ruiru camp sitting together with the National Elections Board. They can get to the bottom of this and make a decision on whether they will be taking to the ballot. The 5 polling stations will be taking to the ballot tomorrow or not. So now I'll just speak to one of the people who've come all the way from Taveta to just send a very strong message to the party. Kindly just come closer. And we are speaking to Rina. She won the MCA in one of the wards in Taveta. Thank you very much, Rina, for joining us. People of Taveta, a number of them, and some of them are leaders, have been here since morning. Why did you make way all the way to come here and face the National Elections Board?
Oh, okay, thank you. The reasons why the people of Taveta, especially us aspirants who are now candidates, one, we've come because we need to get our certificates from the party, and 2, there has been a problem. In Taveta County, 5 polling stations didn't vote, and so the nominations for governor, senate and women rep should be pending. So when there's a cancellation of the voting, because it was supposed to be tomorrow, now we are hearing rumors that there may not be any elections. That's why we've come here as leaders to get from the party what is really going on. Because these have been talks. They first cancelled on Saturday, and then we were given the Wednesday date. Then now they've cancelled again. So as people from Taveta, we are just coming to ask the party what is really going on, and why is it a particular individual is really arm twisting the whole party. It's creating a picture that we are not having free and fair elections. Yeah.
Are you confident, quickly before I let you go, are you confident that the National Elections Board will resolve this dispute in a free and fair manner?
Okay, we are awaiting because we are still on discussions, so I cannot preempt what will be talked today. But what we are saying, and especially the people of Taveta, especially Taveta as a sub-county, that we have a right to choose our leaders. We have a right to vote for these primaries, and the 5 polling stations have been merged. So there are polling stations that are merged to becoming the 5. So we need to allow these people to make a decision on which leader they want to have as a governor for Taveta.
Rina, thank you so much for joining us. She's among those who won the MCA position in one of the wards in Taveta County. And as I mentioned earlier, my colleague Timothy Otieno is handling the cancellation of the nominations exercise. A disappointment across board from all those who turned out early in the morning to vote for their aspirants whom they want to be their future leaders. I think it's time I handed it over to my colleague Timothy Otieno to just give you more on the general feeling about the cancellation of those results.
All right, thank you so much, Akisa. Of course, we are still waiting for that press conference by the ODM Secretariat. And as you can imagine, the aspirants and the supporters are also waiting with bated breath following the cancellation of the ODM primaries in Nairobi County, an exercise that should have kicked off by 6 a.m. this morning. By as late as 10 a.m., no ballot papers or ballot boxes were at various polling stations within this county. And as you can see, people have just been have gathered here at the Orange Party headquarters waiting for a communication from the party in regards to the next step forward. Earlier on, Agnes Zani, the Secretary General for the Orange Democratic Movement, had indeed spoken to the country, to the supporters, to the aspirants, of course urging for patience. But of course, many who have gathered here at the Orange headquarters are aspirants, and we want to get a picture and a feel of their mood so far. As you can imagine, this is an exercise that they had invested time and money. So to see the exercise postponed, it must have an effect on them. So I'm joined by an aspirant for the member of the county assembly in Kayole Ward, I believe, if I'm right, Kayole Ward. I'm joined by John Patrick Orioko. Thank you so much for speaking to KTN News. Your ward is in Kayole. You're here at the Orange House. Why have you come all the way to this particular place this morning?
Nimekuja hapa kuambia masupporters ni nini imeendelea, lakini mpaka saa hii bado hatujapata visual communication, lakini nashukuru tu my supporters wamekuwa patient, wametulia na wanangojea majibu.
Wewe ni mgombea kiti na tikiti ya ODM. Kama aspirant, umefurahia hili tendo ambalo limetendeka leo? Kwa sababu hizi ni nominations ambazo zilitangazwa kitambo, mlikuwa mmetarajia, wafuasi wenu pia walikuwa wametarajia. Are you happy with what has happened, and who do you blame for this particular incident?
I'm not happy, but vile imekuja tunajipanga hivyo. Because njia yote tunataka tufanye our nominations. So once we have told the way forward, tutafanya. Lakini ile sana tungependa ni kupata majibu ile ya tunapelekea wa supporters huko kwa ward, kwa constituency. Na tujue kwa nini imekuwa postponed. Lakini wametulia na our supporters hawajakuwa so bado tunavumilia because napenda
All right, we apologize for that sound hitch there. Timothy Otieno, they will be giving us more details later on. But let's now cross over to Kisumu County, where Noah Otieno has been following on the ODM nominations there. But before that, in Uasin Gishu County, Elvis Koskei has also been keeping an eye on this situation. Elvis, when we spoke about an hour ago, there were some issues with regard to the deliverance of ballot materials. Has there been any change on the ground?
Yes, Michelle, the issues have been ironed out, but currently what I'll report is that the area governor, Jackson Kiplagat Mandago, has already cast his vote at Limnyamoi in Uasin Gishu County. Kapseret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi has already cast his vote at St. Joseph Primary School in Kapseret constituency. The Buzeki also, Zedekiah Bundotich Kiprop, is also expected to cast his vote at in Arap Moi Primary School in Enapkoi constituency. But just as we're talking about this, yesterday there was a nomination exercise in Elgeyo Marakwet County, and of course we were keeping an eye of what has been happening. And currently the aspirant for gubernatorial position in Elgeyo Marakwet County, Jackson Kiptanui, is here with me. Yesterday we saw, it seemed by the look of things, the provincial results are out, and by the looks of things, it seems that you've lost the incumbent Alex Tanui Tolgos.
Truly speaking, I don't think I've lost. I should say that personally, as an aspirant, I want to say that I'm not satisfied with the results being announced by the county returning officer. because basically I've witnessed quite a number of county vehicles being used to vary the materials, and in some instances in my sub-county like Chipkorio ward, there was a county vehicle which was impounded yesterday by the residents and the police carrying marked ballot papers. So you can see basically there was a lot of rigging and bribery in the county. As we talk now, the vehicle is at the police Kaptagat police station, and the officers who are involved are at the police custody. So you can see basically if the same was replicated in all the other sub-counties, then I can say that the results are not the true reflection of what's happening in the ground. And issue number two, quite a number of my agents in other sub-counties were intimidated yesterday, and some given money to move out of the polling centers because there was a lot of pressure from the current governor to force people in some of the sub-counties to vote for him. So as an aspirant, I'm not satisfied, and I'm contesting the results being announced.
So you've rejected the results?
Yes, I've rejected the results, and then because it's open. There was open bribery in quite a number of polling stations. Some of the county officials in the sub-county and other counties were being used to monitor results. Some of them were even acting as the presiding officers and clerks, and yet they are employees of the county government, which is not fair. It's not fair to quite a number of us.
Okay, your next move, are you ditching the Jubilee Party for independent?
For now, I can say that I'm consulting with other aspirants we have discussed, and I'm consulting with quite a number of residents of Elgeyo Marakwet County, and I'll be announcing my next course of action in the next few hours.
Okay.
Yes.
Many thanks, Mheshimiwa. That was Jackson Kiptanui, the Member of Parliament of Keyo South constituency. Also, going by the provincial results, is that Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen took an early lead against his opponents, including Bwana Kangogo, who is among the aspirants who are in the race.
Selvis Koske there live from Uasin, Gishu County. Sophia Wanuna has also been keeping an eye on the Jubilee Party primaries in Kiambu County. Sophia, the process seemed to have started rather well in the morning. Any changes so far?
All right, thank you, Michelle. Good afternoon to you. We're live at the Kahawa Wendani polling station. That is in Ruiru constituency, Kiambu County. This is one of the races to watch today, the Ruiru constituency member of parliament seat, because the incumbent Esther Gadhogo, who's seeking to defend her seat, so also vying for the Jubilee Party ticket, is facing stiff competition from Simon Kingara alongside Isaac Mwaura. And you remember those scenes from last week. It got a little bit chaotic. We witnessed some of the clashes between the aspirant supporters. We are now joined here by one of the aspirants, that's Isaac Mwaura, just a few moments ago, taking on the presiding officer here. Sir, let's begin with what is it what issues were you raising with the presiding officer here?
Yeah, the presiding officer is biased. Is some individual who is very well known and very close to the incumbent, and some of our agents had been thrown out. And so we had come to ensure that fairness had been done. And indeed, when we came here, we realized that actually because of our presence, now everything is in order. But we needed to make a statement that we are not going to tolerate any kind of partiality when it comes to elections. This election is very clear. The people of Ruiru are speaking, and they are speaking in a very loud way. In fact, on Friday, really, all indications were showing that I was actually winning. It's just that some people decided to disrupt the process, and so it became something of a crisis because there was pandemonium, and of course there was not much preparation from the party. But the truth of the matter is, the people of the Ruiru constituency have decided that they actually need change.
So would you say the exercise today is better? Has Jubilee pulled up its socks in as far as preparations are concerned?
What has happened, clearly, I think it's more organized. Of course, it started a bit late, but I must say it's much better. I mean, there's much order. The police are here to maintain law and order. And also, most importantly, I think the queues are fewer. And so I would want to ask anybody who is in the office, anybody who decided to leave after about 11, please come back. by around 5 everybody will have voted. The queues are shorter,
right.
So kindly come out and vote so that we can bring change in Ruiru and the whole of this country.
During that violence last week that led to the physical injury on your ear, you said that your life was being targeted, that was an attempt on your life. Do you still hold the same? Have investigations been conducted?
Yes, it was an attempt on my life because clearly that was an act of provocation, Sophia. I was actually, somebody had attacked, had demolished my own structure that I built for the Boda Boda people. It was an act of sheer provocation, and it was not the first one. That was the fourth attack, actually. They had stoned my car, they had blocked my venues of meetings, and I think I really thank God. But I said, as a Christian, I have an injury. You can still see I have a very long ear here. It's very uncomfortable, but I forgive them. Personally, I know the people of Ruiru are with me, and we are going all the way to bring change to this country. Finally,
do you regret ditching ODM for Jubilee? Do these scenes, the kind of experiences you've had so far, make you regret leaving ODM?
I think I am very much at home with Jubilee, and Ruiru is a cosmopolitan area. There are people from across the ethnic divide. And I have no regret whatsoever because you can even see the scenes in ODM. The challenge is actually the political parties. But I would want to imagine the Jubilee political party is even much more organized. If you look at the repeat today, we are hearing chaos in Taveta, we are hearing stuffing of ballots in Busia. But I want to imagine that with a free and a fair process, the best winner will emerge. And that, I believe in Ruiru, it's Isaac Mwaura, kijana mtetezi mudongo wa Ruiru.
All right, many thanks. Isaac Mwaura, nominated member of parliament. He's seeking to represent the people of Ruiru in the August House. Again, as we mentioned, he's facing some competition there from Simon Kingara and the incumbent. And as you can see, large queues.
Many thanks, Sophia Wanuna there from Kiambu County. Heated battle in Ruiru constituency for the Member of Parliament seat. Nominated MP Isaac Mwaura, Samuel Kingara and Esther Gadhogo all seeking to battle it out for the Jubilee ticket there. You are watching KTN News Desk. We take a short break now. Remember, this is continued coverage of the political party primaries going on across the country. We take a short break, but we'll be back with more live coverage. Do stay with us.